On the 27th of September, lawyers representing our favorite self-made billionaire Elon Musk filed an interesting court brief with the Federal Appeals Court in Manhattan in Musk's appeal of a lower court's decision to uphold a settlement between Musk and the SEC that dates back to 2018. The brief claims that SEC regulations are unlawfully muzzling Musk, thereby violating his right to free speech by trying to enforce the aforementioned 2018 settlement. Want to know more about the 2018 settlement between Elon and the SEC, or the way the SEC is currently trying to control Musk? We'll go over all the details in the video. But before we begin, welcome to Elon Musk Times, the place to be for news about Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and today, Elon's trouble with the SEC. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and make sure to hit the bell icon to never miss a video. Now, let's dive right in. The rich and the powerful are not too often fond of the authorities, but it seems no one hates them more than the richest man on the planet. Even before he attained such enviable position, Musk has always been vocal about many authority figures. The one that really sticks in his craw is the Securities and Exchange Commission. His complete disdain for the Wall Street cop is no secret. He has once called the SEC bastards during a conference. He has said quite clearly in a 2018 interview that he does not have any respect for the government agency. In 2020, Musk tweeted a vulgar innuendo targeted at the commission. The battle between the government-backed agency and the richest man in the world is one that is incredibly interesting to see. Even a former lawyer at the SEC's Division of Enforcement, Christine Chung, confirmed that, quote, Elon Musk is basically saying, "Come at me. I dare you," end quote. Every time he stepped outside the line, the SEC's right there to slap a fine or other forms of punishment on the notorious CEO. The agency has taken several actions against him, from fining him millions of dollars to laying accusations of securities fraud at his feet. Despite their various reprimands, Musk continues to act like a petulant child with the SEC. In 2018, Musk and the SEC got into another one of their infamous battles. After a long and tedious skirmish, both parties were able to come to a settlement. The SEC took Musk to court over his misleading tweets, which resulted in a major market disruption. In 2018, Musk tweeted that he was considering, quote, taking Tesla private at $420, end quote. Musk further stated that he had secured the funding needed to do so. That single tweet caused great commotion as many investors scrambled to adjust to the news. The SEC insisted that Musk didn't have the funds as he had claimed. For causing such panic on the markets, they decided he must pay. After a lot of back and forth, Musk and Tesla agreed to pay $20 million each. The $40 million remuneration would be distributed among the investors who were hurt by the tweet. In addition, Musk would have a Tesla lawyer to approve his communications. That means that any Tesla-related tweet or communications must first pass through the office of a Tesla lawyer. The SEC hoped that by muzzling Musk, they might be able to control his controversial works that often turns the market on its head. Although the SEC has the word of the law on its side, Musk is still running his mouth both online and offline. Determined to have his day in court, Musk also took the SEC to court, asking a federal judge to overthrow the ridiculous SEC settlement. Musk hired a team of lawyers who have accused the SEC of violating Musk's right to free speech by attempting to enforce the 2018 securities fraud settlement. According to the brief prepared by the lawyers, the provision that demands Musk must get prior approval before tweeting about his car company is, quote, an illegal government-imposed muzzle on Mr. Musk's speech before it is made, end quote. Alex Spiro, Musk's advocate on this matter, is stating that the SEC is constantly investigating Musk, even on topics that were not covered by the settlement. To that end, Spiro is asking the Second Circuit Court of Appeals to strike out or modify the provision in the settlement. In the sharply prepared brief, Spiro wrote, quote, the pre-approval provision in the consent decree qualifies as a prior restraint on speech that runs afoul of the First Amendment. It forbids future lawful speech on a range of topics absent approval, end quote. According to Spiro, Musk did not voluntarily agree to the waiver of his First Amendment rights in the settlement because he had no idea how far the SEC would be willing to take matters. The waiver presented by the SEC applies to all forms of future speeches that no one could predict or anticipate. This means that Musk is living under the constant threat that the SEC might suddenly decide his tweet was wrong based on their interpretation. Spiro further argued that Musk made that agreement when Tesla was still a small company that the SEC can easily use their government authority to ruin by jeopardizing its finances. Despite the detailed instructions of the settlement, Musk said something that could be easily construed as breaking the said agreement. In November 2021, Musk asked his Twitter followers if they believed he should sell 10% of his Tesla stock to cover tax bills on stock options. As with any Musk news, the Twitter poll spread like wildfire as many people voted and gave their opinions. The fickle market also reacted to the news with sudden spikes and dropping lows. The news resulted in a sharp decrease in Tesla shares. When Musk released the tweet, the SEC launched into an investigation, believing that tweet violated the spirit of their agreement. The government commission then issued a subpoena to the CEO to determine if Musk is indeed in compliance with the previously reached agreement. The SEC issued another subpoena in June this year to ask for governance processes around compliance, according to a regulatory filing. When the subpoena arrived, Musk took to the courts to appeal the settlement. They insist that the SEC is using the 2018 settlement to launch, quote, an endless, boundless investigation of Musk's speech, end quote. They also argue that the consent decree was, quote, extracted from Musk through the exercise of economic duress, end quote. As such, the settlement should be discarded or at least reviewed. This is not the first time Musk will be trying to overthrow the SEC settlement. In April, he tendered his case before the U.S. District Judge Louis Lyman in New York. However, the judge sided with the SEC and denied Musk's bid to disregard the settlement. Judge Lyman also rejected a motion to nullify Musk's subpoena to seek information about possible violations of the settlement. The judge's ruling decreed that Musk made the tweets without getting the agreed-upon pre-approval. However, Lyman later wrote that he did not mean to pass judgment on that issue. Lyman also ruled that Musk and his team did not make a strong enough case to prove economic distress caused by the settlement. Lyman supported his decision by writing, quote, even if Musk is indeed worried that the litigation with the SEC will financially ruin Tesla, it is not enough of a basis for him to get out of an agreement that he had signed voluntarily, end quote. Finally, the judge did not agree that the SEC has been using the settlement to unduly harass Musk, as his lawyers have claimed. With that said, he concluded that there was no reason to launch an investigation as Musk requested. Undaunted by the previous rejection, Musk is still determined to have his day in court. The previous losses that Musk has had to deal with are not encouraging, but the patient dog eats the fattest bone. This third time might be the lucky charm that turns the tide for the billionaire. Even if Musk is lucky enough to have the provision thrown out, Musk might still be subjected to the scrutiny that comes with Tesla's own disclosure and control procedures. With the Tesla press office disbanded in 2020, Musk makes use of his personal account to reveal news and information about the company to investors and interested parties. So, court cases are always dicey and there is no telling which side of the fence the judge will land. However, it is important to note that the SEC seems to have the upper hand in this battle. As both parties have such strong cases, there's no telling what will happen in the coming days. Alright, so what do you guys think? Is the SEC doing something unethical? Or is Musk trying to wiggle his way out of another deal? Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or just leave us a fist bump if you like today's video. You can always like and share it with all your friends and family, and make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon too, so you don't miss out on our next video. We sincerely hope you have the best day, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. And thanks for watching.